Dear Grade 12 students, welcome to today's English lesson. This is Reading for A Part 1. Let's get started. There are two objectives to consider for today's lesson. The first one has to do with recognizing the type of four texts, while the second one has to do with analyzing the information in four texts. For now, I want you to pause the video and answer these two questions. Well, the first question is asking you about the places you go to during the holidays and why you choose those places. For me, I usually go to a place by the beach during the summer because I enjoy swimming, while in spring I prefer to see new places. What about you? Moving on to the second question, and is asking you if you have ever traveled abroad. For me, I've been to a number of European countries, including the UK, Spain, and France. Now, I want you to tell me about the places you've been to. Moving on to the third question, please pause the video and answer. Well, the question is asking you about what makes a holiday enjoyable. So, what do you think? Some of the things that make a holiday enjoyable include the people you're with and the mood you're in, the type of accommodation, and accommodation is the place you're staying, and finally, the places to be visited. So all these are some things that make a holiday enjoyable. Now it's time to open your books on page 52, and I want you to tell me what the pictures show. So what do you think? Excellent. So we have pictures of places in Venice and Italy. What do the four texts have in common? Take a quick look. Wonderful. The four texts refer to Italy and Venice. For now, I want you to take a look at the four texts on page 52 and decide the type of each. Please pause the video to answer. Well, what type of text is text A? Excellent. It is a letter. In fact, it is a formal letter that is written using formal language. Formal letters are written for official purposes to the authorities or maybe your boss at work. They're not written for friends or family members. What about text B? What type of text is it? Super. It is a leaflet, and a leaflet is a printed sheet of paper that has information about a product or a service. Leaflets are usually distributed for free. Moving on to text C. What type of text do you think text C is? Super. It is an article, and an article is a non-fiction piece of writing. So it has to do with real topics like the news, or they may be written to describe places, people, or events. And finally, what type of text is text D? Excellent. Text D is an email. Moving on to exercise B, I want you to go through the 4 texts and decide on the target reader of each of the texts. And I also want you to decide on the kind of information that is there in each of the texts. Please pause the video to answer. Well, text A is a letter and it is aimed at, yes, it is aimed at Miss Bennett. What about text B, the flyer? Excellent. It is aimed at anyone who is interested in visiting Italy. Moving on to text C, the article. Who will be reading this article? Who is the target audience of the article? Yes, it is aimed at anyone who's interested in learning information about Italy. And finally, text D is an email, an informal email. And who will be reading this email? Kelly will be reading this email. And this email includes information about Zoe's holiday in Italy. For now, I want you to read text A and answer these questions. Please pause the video to answer. Well, Neil Rowlands is the sender of the email. Miss Bennett is from, yes, excellent. She's from Boston, USA. And she will be staying for, super, she will be staying for 12 days in Italy. How do we know that? Her trip starts on June 1st and it ends on June 12th. So this is how we know she will be staying for 12 days. Moving on to text B. Read the questions and answer. Okay, the travel agency is called ITA Travel. Why should one book now? What do you think? Yes, to benefit from the special offers. Which city in Italy has very old buildings? This is Verona, and it has Roman ruins. Moving on to text C, pause the video to answer the questions. Well, the 2 dangers Venice is facing include, yes, the land is sinking, the land is going down, and the sea level is rising. Today, these days, around 100 floods take place every year in Venice. What solution is being applied? Super. Scientists are trying out a solution, and it is a moving barrier that is meant to stop the tide. Moving on to text D, pause the video to answer the questions. Well, Zoe has been in Italy for 6 days. Kelly is working on a project, and it is about, yes, it is about Aqua Alta. And finally, Zoe will help Kelly by taking some photos of the barrier. These photos will help Kelly with her project about Aqua Alta. Moving on to exercise C, there are 8 multiple choice questions. Please pause the video to answer the 8 questions. Well, this extract will help you answer question 1. The question is asking you about the reason Neil mentions the Tuscan Sun Festival. So here we have the Tuscan Sun Festival. As a result, so there is a relation between this sentence and the sentence that follows. And in here we have Neil asking the reader to make sure to arrive in time. Otherwise, it would be difficult to find new tickets. So this makes D the answer to the question, and Neil mentions the Tuscan Sun Festival to explain why missing a bus or a train will be a problem. Moving on to question 2. And what does diverse delights refer to? This is the part with diverse delights. Relax on a gondola. This is a gondola. It is a narrow boat with raised point. So relax on a gondola as you discover the diverse delights of Venice from the waterways. So the gondola will be moving in the waterways, and you will be discovering the diverse delights. So what does diverse delights refer to? Excellent. Diverse delights refers to the many varied sights you will be watching while the gondola is moving in the waterways. Moving on to question 3. What is not included in the package deal? This part will help you answer the question. Personal tours are available at your own expense. So, if you want a personal tour, you will have to pay extra money. So, what is not included? Personal tours. And personal tours means the same as super, private tours. Moving on to question 4, exercise C. This part will help you answer the question. The question is asking you about what the writer mentions about rising sea levels. So rising sea levels will have risen. So global sea levels, what means the same as global in here? Wonderful. Other places in the world, so may face problems because of this also, and this refers to the rise in sea levels. Moving on to question 5. I want you to tell me what the word imply means. Well, the word imply means to communicate an idea without saying it directly. So, the question goes like, what does the writer imply about high tides, high levels of water? This part will help you answer the question. So the barrier would block any high levels of water caused by storms. The barrier would block high tides of water. So, which of these is the implied idea? Excellent. The problem they cause, the problem high tides cause, is increased during bad weather. And bad weather is when there are storms. Moving on to question 6. What is true about Kelly? These extracts will help you answer the question. So, this is Zoe speaking, and she says, I have to agree with you. Venice has to be seen to be believed. And this implies the fact that Kelly has been to Venice before. One more piece of evidence. One thing you didn't mention. Again, this is Zoe speaking. And this means that Kelly told her about Venice, and this supports the fact that Kelly has been to Venice before. This is question 7, and it goes like, what does Zoe say about Murano Glass Works? This extract will help us answer the question. And yes, good thing I found a leaflet lying around. What was the leaflet about? Can you tell me? Excellent. The leaflet was about the Murano Glass Works. So, if she hadn't found the leaflet, she wouldn't have seen the Murano Glass Works, and this makes super. This makes B the answer to this question, and she found out about the Murano Glass Works by accident, only because she found the leaflet lying around. Moving on to question 8, the last question we're having today. What does Zoe plan to experience in Venice? To be able to answer this question, you need to understand texts B and D. You need to relate information from both texts. Pause the video to answer. Well, these two extracts will help you answer the question. So, the question is asking about Zoe's plans, and in here she says, I will try to take some photos tomorrow after my canal trip. From text B, we have waterways. Waterways means the same as a canal. So this means that tomorrow she will be going on a gondola ride. Excellent. This is the end of today's reading lesson. Thanks for watching, and remember, this video will always be available on Microsoft Teams for you to watch at any time.